Welcome and to our weekly player interview. My name is Bryan Grisham, and we're right here on Talk 103 The Buzz, talk radio brought to you in part by George Gray and in part by Crawford's Pharmacy and our good folks at Dale's Heating and Air. I am with Mr. Taylor Duggan, number 16 in your program, number 1 in your heart. And Taylor, welcome to the show, and we're glad to have you this morning.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Good
deal. We're going to dive deep today, buddy. I wore my Tennessee. I'm proudly wearing my Tennessee, and I hear you are a Tennessee fan as well. Mm-hmm. You were at the game, weren't you?
I was.
Oh, my goodness. Was it an experience and a half?
I mean, nothing I've ever experienced before, but my parents always told me that that's how it was every week in the 90s. So. Well,
once every 15 years we beat Alabama, so it's time to crow, buddy. Mm-hmm. I know I've called all my Alabama fans and let them hear about it. So. Anyway, that's another story for another day. Let's dig in here. Tell me a little bit about yourself. You're a senior here, or senior wide receiver here at Bradley High School. We're 8 games into the season. Mm-hmm. It flies by, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about how things are going in your senior year here, and then we'll talk a little bit about the ball team.
I mean, can't really complain. I mean, we've won a lot of games. Like last week didn't go the way we wanted to, but we're just going to keep moving on.
Football kind of mirrors life sometimes. There's a lot of ups and downs, and it's how you respond, isn't it? Absolutely. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about what your plans are after high school and that.
Well, I plan to go to UT if that's the plan, and then study something in business. I'm not exactly sure yet, but that's the plan for right now.
Plenty of time to make that decision, and to take it from an old college person here, you'll change your major about 3 or 4 times before you figure it out.
Yeah.
Good deal. Tell me a little bit now. You said you started playing football when you was old enough to carry the ball, so tell me a little bit about that.
I played as soon as I could. My dad was always my coach, and then I think we won a championship actually my first year playing football, which is pretty cool. But
about age what?
Probably about 7, I think. I think 7.
And then went to elementary school where?
Michigan Avenue.
Michigan Avenue, and then to
Lake Forest.
Lake Forest, and then tell me a little bit about your playing career here at Bradley.
I mean, I've started since I was I'm pretty sure a sophomore, and just enjoying the ride, enjoying every game.
It's a real experience with a team when you become a member of the team, and every year is a different team somewhat, but of course you've had a lot of guys that you've gone all through high school with. Talk a little bit about that.
I mean, my freshman year, I mean, we had a pretty good team. We didn't have the playoffs we wanted to, but I mean, we had a talented team. Sophomore year, we had Javon Burke and Javen Burke. Javon was insane at running the ball. I mean, my junior year, one of my good friends, Aiden McClare, was quarterback. Right. Me and him were pretty close. And then senior year, I mean, trying to make a run in the playoffs.
Tell me a little bit about how you transitioned from being a freshman with your eyes that big around and trying to fit in, and now you're a senior in leadership position. Tell me how the transition has worked there.
It flew by. I wasn't expecting it at all. I mean, blinked my eyes and I'm a senior, taking senior photos. But I mean, I think just got to lead when I was a freshman, seniors looked out for me and stuff like that. So I feel like that's what I should be doing now as a senior for freshmen and sophomores and juniors.
Just kind of comes naturally as you go along, and you see little freshmen coming in and they're looking just like you looked a few years ago, and you say, I need to carry on the tradition and help them come along, don't you?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's talk about some family members. You mentioned your dad there. Talk about anyone else that has played for Bradley.
Both my brothers played for Bradley.
What were their names?
Hunter Duggan and Chandler Duggan.
Hunter and Chandler.
Mm-hmm. It was a little while ago, but I'm sure Coach Floyd remembers them and all that. But yeah. Yep.
So carrying on the family tradition. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
Just 2 brothers.
2 brothers.
Yeah.
And so you're the baby of the family. Mm-hmm. And I guess they remind you of that quite often.
Yeah.
So I take it that you're probably the toughest of the bunch.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone through some beatings from them before. Nothing I can't handle, though.
That's right, exactly. Nothing you can't handle. What other sports? You play some other sports here, Brad?
I do play baseball.
Play baseball? Yeah. With the baseball team, you enjoy the baseball team. How is it transitioning from what's similar and what's different about transitioning from football to baseball?
Well, Football season, I mean, you work out football, you're football,
Right.
and then I go to baseball season. I have football workouts in the morning, and then baseball games at night, so it gets tough sometimes, but just going through it, I mean, you just got to enjoy it, because once high school's over, you can't do it again.
Buddy, you said the golden words there. Once it's over, you will really appreciate it at the time. We talked about your football background. Let's see here. Who's your favorite team in pro team?
Philadelphia Phillies.
The Phillies. Oh my goodness, you still got a team. Well, I'm not going to talk about that because I'm a Braves fan, so
Yeah.
we'll just move on. Man. Let's see here. What have I missed? Let's talk about your position coach. Your coaches here at Bradley. It starts with Coach Floyd, who's sitting over here waiting to do his show. Talk about your experience with your coaches, even going back to your dad, and then all the way up through middle school, and now here at Bradley.
Well, my dad was always my coach
Yep.
in Pee Wee, so obviously I knew him. I knew how he wanted things to be run, stuff like that. And I went to middle school, played for a really good coach, Kevin Green.
Yeah.
Really had good experiences there. Came up here, and then my position coach, Coach Hearn, I'm pretty sure his first year was my freshman year, so we're both getting to swing things together, and just win every year with him. He's a good coach, good friend.
Good coaches along the way. You remember what they teach you. Maybe one little thing, and it clicks along the way, doesn't it? Tell you. Well, let's very quickly. One last question. Let's talk about. We won 5 in a row. Had a setback at Bearden. Took care of Ooltewah. Had a setback last week. All right. Now, what's the attitude of the team after the setback?
Mainly, I think we just need to flush it. Just keep going. You're going to have those issues throughout the season. Might be just one play or might be a whole game, but just keep going because we have the talent, we have the potential. We just got to meet that expectations.
Absolutely. And how's practice gone this week?
Pretty good so far.
So far, so good, huh? Well, all right. Well, Taylor, hey, I really appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us this morning right here on Talk 101.3 The Buzz, and for our pregame show. And good luck at Ray County. We got to go to Ray County this week. Be a tough game.
Thank you.
Time to get back on the winning track. What do you think?
I like it.
I like it. Good deal. Thank you, folks, so much for joining in our player interview. This is Bryan Grisham saying thank you very much.